Good evening, everyone. We made it to Halloween, October 31st, 2022. Welcome all to the Tata Squad. Welcome all new VIPs to the Tata Squad. Hello, Tata Squad, and all visitors and enthusiasts. We have overcast skies on the Eastern Hemisphere where I'm at, and we have a pale moon in the sky. We're live stream at a theater, so we're going to do story time. So get your safe space. It will be outside noise because a lot of people are out and about, and let's have some fun. Now, as midnight approaches, we can all attest, for the most part, for the month of October, we had some type of spookiness happening with us. A drop in the room, a sound, things going chaotic, just a lot of stuff. And for me, and for others who do Vlogtober, creators, a lot happens. Equipment stops and just everything like that. But it's been a fun ride. And Spooktacular will continue this week on both channels. There's a lot of filming that will be loaded to both channels, so I welcome you to indulge. So we're in a safe space here, and let me tell you, talk about freaky things to end October for me. Overhead, as I was getting equipment, it looked as if there were shadows driving to this location, and then of a winged nature flew across the caddy. And it sounded like a bat. Didn't sound like birds. I'm a bird lover, bird watcher, bird enthusiast. It sounded eerily like a bat. So I was thinking maybe it's the theater. They got speakers outside trying to get into the groove, or that really was a bat. Got outside the caddy to get more equipment settled in to do this moment, and I heard it again. So if we do hear it again, I'm going to cut off all sound. I'm going to be quiet so we can hear. I hope it happens again. But anyway, let's take a smoke, put some smoke in the air. Light up my wand. Let's go dark. And let's begin the session. All right. I love looking at the skies. Scars of old phantoms or just anything, a phenomenon you can catch. And I go get to a certain web presence. There are many of them. They'll give you what's happening in the sky by every second and every minute. I chose a more calmer situation, and I got the one that does every day, what happens every day and night. So for October 31st, if you look up, you'll see Halloween sights. That's what they call it. You'll see 4 stars. Perseus will be low in the northeast at nightfall. We're in nightfall. And you'll see the snake-headed Gorgons. That's what the 4 stars represent. And then you'll see the Skull Nebula, the final gasp of a dying star. Then if you look to the southeast, then you'll see Cetus, the sea monster, and the Witch Head Nebula that will appear right before midnight near Rigel and the foot of Orion. One thing I admire about people who chart the sky is that they can easily find the different constellations. The only 2 that I could always find immediately is the Little Dipper and the Big Dipper. And I could also see the Milky Way, which is very dark, but has a nice shadow outline, but you need low lights. But I know people who can chart Orion and everything in the sky. And I think that's magnificent. That's a skill that I really love, that I don't have, but it's cool. So let's talk about the Gorgon. And we're going to talk about the sisters for this story time. So let's get ready to settle in to that moment together. Now, if you are a mythology person, you will love this, because there are three sisters. One we know very well, that's depicted in film, and that's Medusa. You have Medusa, the guardian, the protectress, also known as the Gorgon. And if you're a film lover and you love Hammer films, the great movie The Gorgon is so great. I love it. I can never get tired of watching it. Sometimes I do back to back. But here's the thing with Medusa. She has sisters. Stentho, Artheno, and Uriel. I don't know if I'm kind of saying that right or wrong, but it's classic mythology here. And they were feared sisters. So let's talk about it. What does the power of the sisters have? Because most of us know the power of Medusa. If you look into Medusa's eyes, you turn to stone. And she didn't always be that way, you know, like she was cast. And of course, she was cast by Athena. So do we villainize Athena for being jealous? So here we go. In Greek mythology, Medusa, also known as the Gorgo, she was one of the three monstrous Gorgons. And she was described as a winged human female with venomous snakes placed in her hair. And if you gazed into her eyes, you were cast as stone forever and ever. But now the sisters, the power of Venus is very interesting. Her abilities were quite descriptive. She had brass hands and claws and a long tongue and tusk, fangs, and a scaly head. And unlike Medusa, she was immortal. The twins, Uriel and Thenos, they were older than Medusa. And she isn't immortal like them. They aren't goddesses, though. They just had immortal blood, which I thought was quite interesting because they don't talk enough about those sisters. So now, speaking just on Medusa, she had a child, Cigara. I hope I'm saying these names right. And her parents was Porcis and Ceto. Again, Ceto is in the sky tonight. She had many other siblings. And the real story was that she was seduced by Poseidon in the temple of Athena. And Athena was so enraged in the 1st century of BC that she cast upon the snakes and all upon Medusa. So she was very, very angry at this love affair. Because of love, this is what got her the way that she was. In that love affair, they would have 2 children, though. But not before Athena discovered that affair. And that curse was just taken away her beauty. Because Medusa was beautiful. So she misunderstood. I would like to think so. Misunderstood because of another woman's rage. Quite the cautionary tale of who you love. There's a Creole saying that says, Diman que vous l'amien maricous que vous ye. Tell me who you love, and I'll tell you who you are. It is not nice to go against nature. It does have its consequences of everything we all do. There are pros, cons, and ultimate risk. And so whatever you do, make sure that you are convicted by it and that you stand by it, because you never know what awaits ahead. It could be instantaneous. It could also be a foreboding coming to fruition. So, good people, do we have sympathy for Medusa now? Casted by another for love. For love. This has been your story time, and more vibes to come. Stay tuned. Happy Halloween. Spooktacular continues. Stay safe.